Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm back on that mountain with the fractures and the old homestead, and today I've come to a nice little runoff stream and I'm going to do some sampling for some gold. I don't think I'm going to find any, but it's a really nice day out. It's almost 80 degrees and it's just nice to be outside, so let's see if I can find anything. This part of the mountain's kind of flat. There's not too many trees over here, but then there's like this slope right here, drops down into kind of like a little ravine area, and at the bottom is a little runoff stream. And just over here is where I'm going to be heading. Alright, here it is. It's a nice little runoff stream, and like I mentioned, it's kind of like a little ravine here, some rocks right up there. And it just drops down in this little low area here, and just running stream water from runoff from all the snow melt. And it pulls up over there. So right now there's not as much water as I thought there would be running down. And in the summertime, this is just going to be a really small little stream. But I think I'll make my way upstream and just see if I can find anything. Good sample spots. Again, I don't think I'll find anything, but that's the point of sampling, to see if there's something there. What is good about this stream here is it's right on the mountain, right on the bedrock. So if there is any gold, it's not going to go very far. It'll rest right on top of the bedrock. The one thing with bedrock is it can act like a natural sluice. There's all kinds of crevices, and one example is right here. You can see where the water flows down right here, and then it drops down into this little pool. So if there was any gold traveling in here, it would be trapped down in this little pool area, and it's very, about an inch or two drop on that side, so it'd be pretty well trapped in there. Okay, so now here's why I went further upstream to show. There's lots of water flowing down that way, but further upstream, you can see how the rock, again, is all creviced. If there was any gold, it'd fall right in here and get trapped. But the other thing is, upstream, the water isn't moving as fast, and there's lots of low pressure areas. You see that? The water's moving really slowly. So I doubt it that any good gold would make it that far. Alright, I've come even further upstream, and I get to here. This big old tree right here came down and landed right on top of the stream, making this looks kind of rotten. Lots of woodpecker's been in it, but anyways, it made this little area here. The ground's pretty mounded up, and there's a big root right there. It's full of mosquitoes. Another thing is there's some bedrock right here. Big old like wall of it. Probably go check that out. There's the bedrock right here. It's like a big rock wall, and the stream follows right next to it. It's kind of interesting. Not really seen anything like any quartz veins or anything. There's tons of moss all over it. Okay, I decided I'll try this little spot here first. It's really thick clay there. I've already got a little bit, but it's really thick clay. So I'll try this spot first and I'll see what I get. Now I'm making sure to break up the little balls of clay like this. See that clay? Making sure to break it up, so if there's any gold trapped in there, it will have a chance to collect in the pan. So that's what I'm currently doing right now, is just breaking up the little balls of clay. And again, I don't think I'll get anything here, but we'll see. Alright, well, like I thought, there was nothing in that little spot, but I'll continue to move upstream and see if there's anything in here. But I honestly don't think I'll find any gold on this mountain in particular, because like I've said in my previous videos, that this mountain is made up of orthogneiss, which is granite that turned into the metamorphic rock gneiss. And since it used to be granite, it's called orthogneiss. But anyways, about 65 million years ago, sometime during the Cretaceous, this mountain was underground and was a molten body of rock, magma, underground at one point. So, and then eventually it solidified into granite, and then metamorphism changed it into gneiss. And then, due to extensional faulting, this mountain eventually made its way to the surface. I went further upstream, and right here, there's another area where the water moves really slow. And then right here, the tree roots have acted like little steps, little ledges. And then it goes up here, and continues up that way, but I think I'll sample through this little spot right here for now. It looks kind of good. See if I can find anything. There's one thing I forgot to bring today, and that is my classifier, because I am getting these big old rocks in my pan. So a classifier would have been really nice to filter out these giant rocks, taking up a lot of space in my pan. And speaking of the pan, on one of my videos, one of you or a few of you mentioned about seasoning your pan by cleaning it up, degreasing it basically, and then scratching it so you can capture more fine gold. I never heard of such a thing, and looked it up, and I tried it, and so yeah, my pan is seasoned, so it should be good to go if I did it right. Anyways, I'm not finding too much quartz. It's mainly just the nice rock, the Orthogneiss rock with little feldspar pieces here and there. There are some quartz pieces, but not too much. That's more feldspar right there. So there doesn't seem to be any big quartz veins cutting through anywhere that I've noticed so far. But I'll see what I can find in the meantime. I'm going to continue to fill this area here into my pan, and I'll pan it out and see if I get anything. And this is why it would have been really nice to have the classifier, but I forgot it. All these big rocks are just getting in the way here. Again, there's some feldspar there. You can see that maybe. Not too much quartz, but yeah, lots of clay. Well, I got to get rid of these big rocks, so start panning it out. There's little tiny pieces of quartz there. Not much, but okay. Well, now all the big stuff should be on the top. That means I can just chuck it aside. Hopefully, I didn't throw away any nuggets, but I highly doubt it, because I don't think there's going to be hardly any gold up here at all. But you never know until you get out and sample. So that's one point in sampling, to see if there's any gold in the area, if you don't know if there already is or not. So I might be panning just a little too fast, but yeah, it's probably fine. Get rid of these bigger rocks. Okay, well, I finished panning this out, and there's hardly any black sands at all. Just a small little pinch of black sand in there, and there's nothing. I've come up just a little bit more. I'll do a few more little selective spots. This area looks pretty good. It continues quite a ways up this way. It'll probably go all the way towards the top of the mountain. Alright, so you can see where the water comes down right through here. There's lots of moss right through here. Ugh, that's not moss. Alright, so you can kind of see what I'm doing right here. The water comes down and it collects right in this little pool area. There's lots of big rocks. So what I've been just doing is just digging them out. If it's just rock I get, throw it aside. But what I'm doing, see, here's a rock here, but on the back of it attached is that thick clay stuff. So I'm making sure to check all the rocks that I'm throwing out to see if there's any clay on them. And now you can see it's just a little flat little stone. compared to a little big rock. Again, looks like a rock, but that's all clay on the back of it, so I'm making sure to wash all the clay off the stone, so if there's any gold trapped in it, I can collect it into my pan that's right here. Again, looks like a big rock, but it's got clay on the top. So I'm just washing it off and so what I'm doing is I'm digging down all the way down to the bedrock in this little pool, because once the gold, if there is any, reaches that bedrock, it's not going to go any further down, and it should be trapped here if there is any. There's some pegmatite looking stuff right there. Okay, well, now I'm going to break up all the clay that's in here. There's a lot of it. And then I'll remove any big rocks like this one here. Again, classifier would have been handy. However, the clay might have clogged up my classifier and made it maybe impossible to use. Alright, well, I got most of that clay broken up, and this looks like a pretty good spot, so I'm interested to see if I actually get anything. I don't know if you can see that, but this time there's just a little bit, just a pinch more black sands than before. But no gold again, which I'm not surprised about. Alright, here's the area I was digging out. Right down in there, it goes all the way down to the bedrock right there. Left of clay. If there was any gold, that's where it would probably be. And I didn't find anything, just a little bit of black sands. I'll try a couple more little spots like right up here, and then I'll probably call it a day. Well, after a couple, maybe 4 or 5 hours of sampling, I've turned up nothing. So, and I actually have been to this spot before, and last time I sampled here, I did not find anything either. So, looks like there's not too much gold to be found. I mean, there probably, if you looked long enough and hard enough, you could probably find something, but it won't be much. I'm not seeing hardly any signs of major quartz in the stream at all. There's like little tiny bits and little bits of feldspar, but that's mainly from the layering in the gneiss rock, which could contain gold, but not always. There's the water I was just at. Just over here is another little stream. A little bit of view of the mountain there, here. Kind of a nice little opening. You see that? We'll head back to where I know there's some gold to be found. I'll have to head back to that one spot where I found that flower gold at. There's lots of quartz veins there and pegmatite intrusions. So it looks like a really good area, and after my first pan I did find just that tiny bit of gold, so I know it's there. Well, anyways, it's a nice day outside, and I hope to see you all next time. Take care.